Okay, I'm Elan, and I'm building an immersive flight simulator.
What's that?
So it's a flight simulator is like it it's supposed to feel like you're in an airplane, so you can like learn how to fly and yeah, and immersive is like so you actually feel like you're flying a plane. Okay, I'm in 7th grade at Black Pine Circle School, and I'm in my school's maker club. Uh, I've been making projects with electronics and programming for about 5 years now. I'm also really interested in aviation, and I want to learn how to fly. And I play classical guitar and practice martial arts. Okay, so for this project, my motivation was I wanted to build a realistic flight simulator and use materials that were easily accessible to people. Uh, and I also wanted other people to be able to build it if they wanted to. And I wanted to learn new skills and also document my work. So here's a drawing of it I made in SketchUp. And so you can see the cockpit is like, looks like the cockpit of a real airplane, and there's like controls for the pilot to fly the plane, and then there's a projector screen that wraps around the cockpit, and it's about 6 feet tall. Here's a picture of the projector screen built in my backyard, and there's a drawing of it. And I haven't put the fabric on the projector screen yet. So to design it, first I researched other flight simulators to see if there was something I could build without like designing the whole thing. And so after I decided I wanted to design my own one, I used Google SketchUp, which is a 3D modeling software, and paper and pencil also to design it. And I'm also blogging my work. Okay, tools, just like basic DIY tools, and also for laser cutting, my school has a laser cutter, but we haven't set it up yet, so there's this place in Oakland called Pinocchio, and you can like design something and they'll laser cut it for you. So the technology in the flight simulator, I have 2 MacBook Pros which are running X-Plane, projector, flight simulator yoke, which is the thing you use to control the airplane, Teensy, which is like an Arduino but a lot smaller and faster, transducers, which are things you put like on the bottom of seats or chairs, and when there's like a loud bass noise, low-pitched noise, your seat shakes. So like when the plane lands, it would make a really loud noise and your seat would shake. And I'm also building like the airplane switches that you would find in a real airplane, but instead of being like in different places around the cockpit, I put them all into one like panel. And also, since it's a curved projector screen, you can't just project onto it, or else the image will look really distorted, so you have to use software to warp the image. And here's some pictures of it, and here's the back of it, which since I have like 40 something switches, and which I need to use like 60 pins on the Arduino, but since the Arduino doesn't have 60 pins, I'm wiring them like how a keypad would be wired, so that they're like rows and columns, even though they're not like physically in rows and columns. So I'm not even halfway done wiring it, but yeah, so you can see that it'll be a lot of wires. Okay, so I've finished building the projector screen frame, which is that thing I showed in the picture before. The airplane switches here, I finished putting all the switches in, but I still need to wire them and program the Teensy. I finished the seats, and I am working on writing the tutorial. I need to sew the fabric and do the image warping for the projector. Lessons learned. So keep trying, don't give up on anything, and if something doesn't work, find a different solution. So at first, for the curve of the projector screen, I was bending 3/4 inch PVC, and it snapped because of the pressure. It was under. So now I'm using 45-degree angles to make. It's not exactly a curve anymore, but now it still wraps around the cockpit. And also, this circuit is called anti-ghosting keyboard matrix, which is, so in a keypad, you're never gonna press 2 buttons at once, but for this, like 2 switches might be on at the same time. So, and when 2 switches are on at the same time, sometimes it thinks that some other switch is pressed, so you need to put diodes so that the electricity can only go in one direction. And I'm putting all my progress on WordPress at immersiveflight.wordpress.com, and my code for the switches is on GitHub. Okay.
So do we have any questions from the audience? We've got time for a question or two.
Very impressive. Congratulations. Nice work.
Thanks.
Are there any